Everybody is really trying to be able to help out all over the Carolinas, especially in Clover, South Carolina right now. And that's where Chief Meteorologist Tara Lane is today for our hometown series.
Yeah, and Tara, you're at one of just many donation sites that we've seen pop up after the storm. How are things looking out there?
Things are looking pretty good. I mean, if you guys could see here this tractor trailer and how filled it is behind me, just since they got out here yesterday morning, they're planning on taking off first thing tomorrow morning for Mission Hospital, the Asheville area, and hopefully heading on down toward the Black Mountain area as well. So this is the story behind this. Brooke and Daniel owns this tractor trailer, this big rig that you can kind of see behind me here, came home from his latest trip late Sunday night and heading into early Monday morning, or rather was it Tuesday morning, and said, you know what, how can I have this big huge trailer, what can I do? And so they worked with the town of Clover, set up here right next to town hall, and they have been getting just people filing in, local businesses, and donating pallets of water, all kinds of items here since then. Again, expected to take off tomorrow morning. And one thing that I know we've talked a little bit about, the infant feeding crisis that has developed out there too in this situation. So what is really needed here also, along with so many other things, pre-mixed baby formula, because again, you don't know what the water situation is there, hand-operated breast pumps, because you don't know what the power situation is there too. So things like that for those little babies in Western North Carolina. Now, thankfully, we have more great weather out here today, and we have managed to stay mostly dry across the region here too for all the rescue and recovery and cleanup efforts as we take a live look here and a look at some of the current conditions as we look here in the Clover area down into York County. We got about 83 warm degrees. The humidity is not so bad, just a light and variable wind. We got some upper 70s to our north, 84 in the Queen City, and we're right at a nice and mild 70. Beautiful weather up there in the mountains where it continues to be dry. We're still holding on to that chance and maybe a spot shower or two with that incoming cold front out there today. And we have another boundary that's going to come through by Friday and heading into Saturday as well. So a few more spotty showers or an isolated thunderstorm could develop, but overall, thankfully, we are still forecasting low rainfall totals. And then behind that next front, we're back to a fall feel as we roll into next week. But tomorrow still, yes, on the warm side for this time of the year. Normal highs are only in the upper 70s. And again, you can see on future radar, just a couple of isolated showers. Still can't be ruled out for the rest of this evening, and especially going into not so much tomorrow, but especially on Friday. Friday by 6 p.m., slightly better chance of a little more of that rain in the mountains, especially and down through the foothills, and maybe a pop-up thunderstorm. Not expecting a high risk of severe, though. But again, you can see that rainfall forecast on the low side. At worst, maybe a couple tenths of an inch or so, not nearly as much off to the south and east. We have a cooler outlook. As I said, that fall feel is returning toward next week. By the middle of next week, average high again, 78 degrees. We could be even below that with those cooler morning temperatures as well. Looking ahead for you all in the mountains, highs will remain in the low and mid 70s for the next few days, and just watching for a few spotty showers and storms for tomorrow and again on Friday and Monday once again as well with that final front. Tropical update time, just a quick check here of some of that development that is possible, still just a 40% chance up across the Northwest Caribbean Sea and up into the Gulf of Mexico. Again, if anything develops, it looks like most of that tropical moisture will stay to our south and really impact parts of Florida. We also have Hurricane Kirk that is out there. It could become a major hurricane on down the line, but thankfully, again, this is not going to have any big impact on any mainland areas anytime soon. So that's going to stay out to sea, along with Tropical Depression number 13, which developed earlier today. That one is forecast to stay out to sea as well, so no worries there. All right, so low temperatures waking up in the morning. We'll have some mid-50s up in the mountains, low to mid-60s from the foothills down through the Charlotte metro. South and east will be around 70 tomorrow. Up there in the higher elevations and back in the upper 70s to lower 80s we will go for most of the rest of the area. We're still around the low to mid 80s. It's really going to be a warm weekend again, but mostly dry weekend too. There's that fall feel with highs in the 70s, and we'll have some 40s waking up Wednesday morning, ladies.